There we go. Be live. We're here on New Atlantis, going to visit Mast. But there's a reason for it. The orientation hall.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
Woo! Hello,
What a
Wolf.
load of UC propaganda. Still, can't imagine.
House for Rune. Three-star collective. How's for Rune's armor though? Hi Kimberly, hello Wolf. So it's kind of an impromptu stream I wasn't originally going
like
to.
An artist's rendition, right? No animal can be this ugly in real life.
But I was working on FPS stuff and I want to see how it runs. Faction. Oh, yeah. He killed one of those, by the way. Two of them, actually.
All 4 of my last science papers.
Ooh. I agree.
Registration
Blew up
accepted.
in neon, so
You may
I
now
guess
proceed
it's
through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
We're not sitting here clicking all these. I'm sorry, chat. Demo brain on lore is slow and tedious. I will come back at some point and listen to it all. Congrats, Toxic. How long am I planning? Not long. I got something at like 11:30 I need to leave for. My wife has like a company cookout or something. So.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber.
This is the only reason I wanted to come down here, by the way.
This is how the UC trains their pilots.
What is this thing?
This is the Mark 18 flight simulation chamber, applicant. Currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair. Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
New targets active.
Target defeated.
All targets eliminated.
before.
New targets active.
So I'm getting kills for ship combat in this.
Resuming the examination.
New targets active.
Oh, we just blew it open. Turn my back to.
Target defeated. At least try to defeat us. You'll have to try harder than that. Target defeated.
No end to the sim. Nope, which... Over here, where's piloting? I need to get 30 kills. Could be rank 3 and start doing B-class ships.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuwala to receive your final results and your probationary assignment. Or you're welcome to take another run at the simulation if you'd like to try and earn a better score. We'll only keep your best run.
Do we have a 3?
Can you get him? Can we talk?
No, Sam.
Welcome back. The goal of this examination remains the same. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. Defeat 3 tiers of opponents to complete the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
Okay, good morning. Demo didn't expect to stream in the morning until I got
Targets
a notification
active.
you were live. Welcome, Rip. Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming, but I ended up working on the FPS a little bit. It is a little bit better. I watched like a video of like best settings. That's what we're going with.
Target defeated.
And then since I'm doing
All
like some
targets
restraining stuff
eliminated.
too.
Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2. New targets active.
Target defeated. Target defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. Shut it down.
Now I can do tier C ships. Really nice. We did it. Now we gotta do this, which we just throw parts on ships and stuff like that.
The enemies cheat. There's no other explanation.
The enemies, they cheat. But thank you, Rip, for the 5. Means a lot. It actually makes it so these streams are actually profitable. You guys gotta remember, I work my 40-hour-a-week job too on top of this, so this
Well, look who's
all these
back.
hours.
Everything go
Always
all right
feels
with the
good to get a little
exam?
bit.
Did you have some questions
I've done
you needed
piloting. They
answered first?
told me to come back here.
So these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did?
I'm ready.
Then let's get to them. So, looking at the data, checked out a few of the murals. Good. Inquisitive folks tend to do well around here. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Now, how'd you do against your foes? Clear tier 5, huh? Damn impressive.
If you're ever wondering if I'm live, I always post it in Discord and on
Let the
Twitter.
text claim it's
if you're
fair.
ever looking.
Either way, you've got the skills the Navy needs.
I wonder how good I'd score. Nothing like a little friendly competition.
So then, looking at your results as a whole, and presuming you're successful in completing your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only
17 years.
Only 5 years.
Oh, okay.
You showed real potential in there. We want to make sure you're fighting on our side. Even authorized me to offer you a bonus in addition to your signing advance.
Just think, in 5 short years, you can live under the UC boot. Gee whiz, where do I sign up?
Sounds like you're just the type of pilot the Vanguard's looking for. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First, though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies.
Lash yourself to the UC for a handful of credits. Not a choice one can make lightly.
Can you join them and can you join
more, friend?
the
It's
Freestar
also not
or
a
no?
choice we force anyone to make either. We only want people who are willing to commit. Are you ready for that? You're not in the Freestar Collective here. Vanguard keeps its work above board. You want in, you have to do the same as everyone else. And that starts with the oath.
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Then just follow
I have to
me.
play through the game again. I'll do it. Yeah. You can hit the bell, get notified of any new stuff, which we have a stream at 8 o'clock tonight. We're playing Payday 3 beta. Oh yeah, they do it in front of this well.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the skies. Now, raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard
I was gonna say, give me
is
the option to
Supra
raise
et
my left.
Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities? And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy?
I do.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard.
Woo!
Now,
Party.
only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti II. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come. So Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti II count on you?
Yes. Let's do this.
That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
Supra et Ultra.
I must confess.
The security of the United Colonies is every citizen's responsibility.
We're on the cutting edge of technology here. It's an exciting place to be.
I was hoping they had a special vendor.
Keeping the skies safe out there?
Go change some batteries, guys. 1 sec.
Nat? Time's right. I'd appreciate a chat. It's good to be out and about. Lives get stuffy sometimes.
Exchange. There's my ship. This man's over here.
Shucks, you managed to live back here at all. Bullet for leeches, get it fixed up, and let her know we'll have it ready as soon as we can. Ah, you are new probationary then? Crew Chief Herat. Pleasure to be working with you. It's my job to make sure all you rocket jockeys are ready for anything that comes at you up there. Now, Manifest says we're fitting you out with one comms repair suite. In addition to the standard issue welcome kit all probationary pilots get for their first mission. Med packs, some small arms, couple spare ship parts, all the essentials in case of any surprises up there.
Good.
My people will have everything on your ship before you lift off. Won't even know they were there. So, paying a visit to the people of scenic Tau Ceti II. Nice easy one for your first job. Just keep your head on swivel and you'll come home safe. Any questions before you head out?
Apologies, yes.
Then I won't keep you. Make us look good out there, recruit.
We don't really have to go looking for combat anymore either. I don't know why I'm doing this, but... We gotta get our ship into the C-class range. Now that we can.
Hey, Dad? Will you read to me tonight before bed?
Read to you? Sure. I'd like that very much. You haven't asked me to do that in a long time.
And will you do funny voices for the characters?
We're docked.
Like you used to?
You just try and stop me.
$7 from Ripgut. It's kind of surprising to me. I remember catching a stream probably a year or two ago. I'm not sure, but it had like 100 or 200 people watching. I know early, but I wish there was still same viewing now. Yeah, Rip. You know, there's that whole thing with new channels dying, and also I don't still have the same amount of pizzazz as I used to have. I'll always say that 1,000 times over, which is fine. You know, Ark was a big part of my channel, and when Ark kind of died down, so did the views and things like that.
We've detached.
We have a pretty good viewer base the other day on Void. I think we had 50 or something people here, which was pretty big for me. But yeah.
Let's get out of here.
But like I said, it's not my primary income source anymore, so like, it's hard to put in those 40, 50 hours on this when I'm working 40 hours a week for primary income. Put everything into, you know, taking care of my wife and being home. Now that I'm a little, you know, sick and stuff like that, it doesn't, you know, I can't just put my health on the side either. 1,000 different things going on in life. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the $10.
What the hell knocked him over? Oh, not good.
Ooh, FPS just dropped to 19 there. Can't see anything.
That's, fresh. And there's still... Get a moment. Can we talk? Hey, good to see you.
It's got to be a terror.
So what do we got here? Too clean to be one of the settlers. Or a pirate. You see on patrol, maybe? Yeah, make my day if you said you were a shock trooper out for a stroll.
Vanguard sent me, don't they?
Vanguard, huh? Yeah, I expect they didn't. I'm Hadrian. I was a researcher with the UC. I came here on a rumor of a... Well, I expect you saw the results on your way in. What's left of the settlers? The work of Oxysio Machina. A terramorph. One of the nastiest aliens humanity's ever crossed paths with. And this one, well, it's something of an anomaly. Possibly a worrying one.
A terramorph here? That is very, very bad news.
Sounds like you could use some help then.
I sure could. Because to confirm my suspicions about this creature, I'm gonna need a tissue sample from it. And to get that, I need its corpse. But there is a way we can give ourselves an edge against this thing. The plant security system. The admin terminal's here in this building, but it needs its connection reset. And as I found out, that's not a one-person job. But if you can make it to the security outpost and restore the connection, I think I can get things back online. See if the settlers left us any other tools.
I could kill it.
Good. Once I see the connection reset, I'll get things underway on my end. Take care of yourself out there. And make sure you leave enough of that thing for us to get a sample.
Damage resistance for 2 minutes.
System offline.
Connection restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Hello? I wish I'd found this earlier. You notice those sensors around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph. Not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5. Tracker's reading green. What's that sound?
Security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move. Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you could avoid it. The kill lanes. They're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks.
Group guy with another 10. Life is life. Respectable that you were able to go from mainly streaming and making videos to a job that was more consistent. You're working hard. It's all is great. I'm glad you're doing all right. Yeah, I actually got promoted at my job. And my work is one of the things I work with. Probably one of the most important jobs in the world is working with, you know, in schools and helping children. So.
Additional power input required.
I just want to fight the thing.
appreciate it, pal. Care package. We actually did it. Constellation.
Thank you, Rip. Another 5 from Rip. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Rip. I do appreciate it, and thank you for the kind words as always. Ankylosaurus? There's ankylos? Game sounds are a bit louder than I am. There you go. That should help. Sam, I really don't want to talk to you because you guys chat forever. We're gonna talk to you for a minute. 20 minutes later, still talking.
I could really bend your ear when you got a moment. You know, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
Are confused in Starfield? Yep. Yep.
Trekker's gone.
Thank you, Rip, for another
quiet.
5. I appreciate it, buddy.
It's either hiding or...
Guys, we will be streaming at 8 o'clock tonight, too. We'll be playing Payday 2 3 beta.
Heavens above, you just flatlined a terramorph.
Yep, all taken care of.
Oh, yeah, taken care
We'll be
of.
with
No
Parsley
big
Royal
deal.
and Crystalish.
You didn't happen to grab me a tissue sample, did you?
There you go.
All right. I spotted a microscope downstairs. Let's see if we can't get to the bottom of this.
Those things were programmed to kill, by the way, back in the day. So I think she thinks it's one of the ones that was programmed. The amount of blood on the conveyor belt. Did it shove someone through a conveyor belt?
Older model. expect.
Too much effort.
This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. Pets, livestock, pests. But terramorphs, they're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us.
She's right. Everyone's got theories about them, but no one has the answer.
So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear. No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Tau Ceti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years? But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one.
Need to do something
You're
quick.
right. We just need more information first. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place to start looking, if I can figure how to access it. But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed. Get confirmation on just how concerned we should be. Luckily, I think I know just the person to help with the sample. What would you say to delivering this to him for me?
Yeah,
I'd do
sure.
it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get access to that terramorph data. Plus, maybe just pop by a hospital for a little bit. Clear it with your commander first if you have to. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sinan is worried there could be more attacks on the horizon. They should recognize the name.
Don't worry, I'll make sure my commander agrees.
You don't understand what a weight off my shoulders that is. I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. He'll know what that means. I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with the Trade Authority on Mars. There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. Bar run by some old friends. I'll meet you and Percival there. And here. It's not a lot, but you've definitely earned it. Should cover the cost of fuel to Mars at least. Now please, go check in with your commander. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Do, do, do. I've never seen a star station like that before.
The public, when you get a moment, can we talk?
Oh.
I'm up for a little adventure.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome... A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers?
They're all dead. No survivors, all lost.
You killed a terramorph on your first mission. If I could be frank for a moment, holy shit. Above and beyond doesn't really begin to describe it now, does it? Earned yourself some serious hazard pay on this one. But,
thank you.
If none of the settlers made it, who's got you delivering the sample? A researcher. Let me see that. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War. And was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens.
So this might actually be an urgent mission.
Certainly seems that way. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special?
She's not sure what it means. She wants Dr. Walker on Mars.
I see. Well, this is one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. But if Hadrian Sanan thinks this sample needs to get to Mars, then we're gonna make sure it gets to Mars. I'll take care of the clearances and ensure you get your credits.
Yeah,
Consider
give me
these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport.
Ooh.
Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Ooh. I love their little helmets.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations.
No, they're gonna be upgrades. Not a ship.
You got beat on anything?
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches. Okay, no problem.
You said there was special stuff. Maybe like this, the particle cannon. Vanguard recon grab drive. So is that what it is? Just like, it's not like at the pirate place I could put like a comm spike on my thing. Roger. This is selling. 5,000 credits, so let's make some money. We're gonna put some stuff in storage. Resources and such. Carrying any ship parts? You can't carry ship parts on you. Not how it works exactly.
Sidonia can have a depressing effect on some people.
Oh god, gravity.
Hey, you looking for anything in particular? Yo, stay good out there.
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh. Not here for a delivery, are you?
So man, Marcus.
Worked. Past tense. Dr. Walker hasn't been employed here for some time now.
A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city. Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off after a discipline issue. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. Plenty of cracks on this old rock. But at this point, it's probably for the best.
That won't be necessary. The Trade Authority isn't interested in employing someone so unreliable. But we would like the money he owes us. If you can convince him to pay his debts, we'd be most grateful.
Pity. Perhaps a little advance on my part might pique your interest. Visit the Sixth Circle, a bar on the lowest level of the city. If someone in Sidonia knows where Percival is, you'll find them there.
Trade Authority is a sketchy place. Boop, boop.
If you're gonna use the elevators or stairs to reach the...
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for Devil's Vets and their kin.
Easy now, I'm Vanguard here. Heard you might know where Percival Walker is.
Walker? You're barking up the wrong...
Andy. You. Why don't you come here and tell me what some Vanguard captain wants with Walker?
Stray topsider wanders into my bar.
Notice their eyes
asking
are all
after
orange.
A man like Percival Walker raises questions. What do you want with him?
I'm on official Vanguard. I'm making delivery for Hadrian Santa. Look, even have proof she sent me.
Hadrian? A woman named Hadrian sent you, a member of the Vanguard, to find Percival? Now, if that tag's a forgery, it's a damn good one. All right, Captain. If you are who you say, Supra et Ultra. Vanguard motto. What's it mean? Should have gotten that during her oath.
Oh, God.
I see. And tell me, what grade was it you got on your entrance exam? A? C? D+? That is right. All right, Captain. Maybe you are who you say you are. But look, even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact with Dr. Walker, Percival made himself scarce for a reason. His debt to the Trade Authority. But if someone resolved that debt, well, Percival wouldn't have to hide anymore. Can bet that person would make a friend out of Percival, and the rest of us devils. And I'm always inclined to help a friend.
I can do.
That's good to hear. Now, you want my opinion? Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and pay him direct. If you've got credits to throw away.
I do.
Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs.
I mean, clearly that's a crime. And doing it would just be terrible.
But, one friend of Hadrian's to another, Sidonia's full of old utility spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that let out right into the authority storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these. Now, what say you get out there and help Dr. Walker?
Hey, you may be Hadrian's friend. Come here. Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr. Walker?
Going to try to.
Oh, good, good. Percival's a good guy. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any B&E. Aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the deep mines. At least when he wasn't slaving away at his Trade Authority contract. But we stumbled on a way to make it useful and profitable. You give our research over to Octai at the Trade Authority, it should more than cover Percival's debt. That guy's always looking for an angle. Yeah, it does. It would be. There's just one issue. We were never able to finish the research. Spacers moved in and ran us out. Started setting up shop.
Oh, so it's a tiny little favor. Just mind the mine full of armed rabble.
But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the research. Then you can give it over to the Trade Authority. They'll get folks working in the deep mines again. Jobs come back, I become a modern-day folk hero. Then I don't have to sleep on an inflated spacesuit anymore. Great, great. So access to the deep mines can be found outside the city. It's not far, shouldn't even need to hop back in your ship. We'd set up right near the main drill. Taking out the spacer leader should get the message across to the rest of them to buzz off. Once you've managed that, phone up here on the comms panel, and I can walk you through finishing the research.
I could really bend your ear when you got a moment.
I don't know. Let's bring the jobs back. That seems lucrative. It also involves killing spacers, and you know what my favorite pastime is? Killing spacers.
I'd hate to live my whole life in a bubble. We still have Mars.
Good to go for landing.
800 meters. Oh, now I'm 1,000 meters. Oh my lord. Oh, dragon. Was trying to get as close to this place as possible, and I've only moved myself farther and farther away with time. So what I'm gonna do now is go in here. Something here makes me movement speed. I'm gonna take some drugs. We now took amp. Wish you could manually fly like No Man's Sky. Yeah. Oh, we'll have mods for ways to move around quicker. Soon enough. How goes the Vanguard mission? Well, no, it requires me to go to a mine and kill spacers. One mighty distance to run. You don't even have to move your ship. Nope, nope. Just run 800 meters. How many meters are in a mile?
And to scanning we go.
You tried last night on it? Ready? Okay, let me know. That guy's level 30. That guy did not want to die.
Tip of the iceberg. You can bet there's more spacers ahead. And probably behind too.
Open up! Now! Never likes him anyway. Big mistake!
All you. Can we get a moment? Can we talk? Spacers everywhere. Afraid your time's coming up. Send with love. God damn it! Reload!
Fuck your gravity.
Lock her down! Time to go.
got a sample. Thresher's the big machine in the next room. Passcode to start it is Ares 2330. Take care of all that, and we'll have Percival's name cleared in no time.
That is not a bad helmet.
Password accepted. Initiating analysis. Compound analysis complete. Adding to existing notation. Call rating. Process complete. You may collect your documentation.
I honestly hate those so much. I think it's just because I'm dumb as hell, but...
All set? Good. You can take the elevator in that room back to the surface. There should be a key stashed in the threshold.
I am so dumb at digipicking.
Hey, when you get a moment, can we talk?
Let me see. Reduced joint wear? Oh, increased lifting capacity. A dose of this stuff could make a miner way more efficient. This formula's gotta be worth at least as much as whatever Percival owes. Okay, so here's what you do. Tell Octai and the Trade Authority you found a business proposal that will make miners more efficient, higher yield, synergy, you know, all that business crap. And that you'll trade it to him for clearing Percival's debt. You good at doing pitches and stuff like that?
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, and here, a copy of the formula for yourself, in case you ever want to try maximizing your own industrial output. Oh, use that if you can. Good luck.
Howdy.
Get out of my face. I appreciate partner. Any day you make it through is a victory in my book.
Was there something else?
I have a business proposal for you. It's lucrative.
I'm never one to turn away an opportunity, but I'd be curious what you think you've uncovered in the Martian market that others have missed.
Made from aqueous.
Aqueous hematite, iron and wastewater. Well, I'm not surprised no one has proposed something like this before.
And exactly what does this new drug of yours do?
Makes miners more efficient.
An interesting proposal, if your data pans out. But where's this hematite coming from? The active mines would be too expensive to retool. The deep mines could be an option, but they're full of spacers. Or so I've heard.
I already cleared them out. Won't cost you credit to get started.
Well now, that is intriguing. A completely untapped resource pool, and the sort of utility every mining firm in Sidonia would be clamoring to get their hands on. We could contract out all the actual lab work, bring on one of the hungrier mining concerns for materials, the licensing fees alone. And think what it would do for our image with the general populace. This mine, reopened, thanks to the Martian Trade Authority. Very interesting indeed. And what do you want for the rights to this drug?
I want you to clear Percival's debt. Or I can take the money. No.
Dr. Walker's dead? That's it? Consider it wiped.
Well, it seems we have a deal then. And here, a finder's fee from the Authority. A perfectly reasonable amount for a discovery with this sort of potential.
And I
wouldn't want you feeling shortchanged down the road. We'll just be taking that slate before you have any second thoughts. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Speak to Lou. Screw a loading screen. We'll go around it. Don't jump as much.
Yeah?
The Carapace was dead.
Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Was also going to warn you about spacers down there. But it sounds like you might have already tossed those drakes. Yeah, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Oh my god.
The officer.
When the time's right, I'd appreciate it, Chad.
you didn't want to.
Must be the one who got me out of the red with the Trade Authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
Watch while I got a tissue sample. I need to analyze full workup.
Tissue sample? You came all the way down here for that? Must be some damn important cells. You want to tell me what I'm about to be staring at?
Terramorph cells from a world too young to have one.
A fast-growing terramorph. That is concerning. Who exactly told you to bring this to me?
Adrian Stana.
Hadrian? She gave you this? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
I could really bend your ear when you got a moment.
Sam.
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got the fix on it, but I guess that's the price.
Oh, the security door's in my way.
All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
It was not fake. I collected from the terramorph myself.
Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian.
Doesn't ring a bell.
It was a city wiped completely off the map by terramorphs. The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tau Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
That is the definition of an existential threat. Dear Lord.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
Was our to take you to the in-analysis to Hadrian. She's waiting for at the 6th circle.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
You got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able. You need something?
No, I guess the lift's inside.
UC's dark, dirty secret.
Yeah, the fact that they sent terramorphs to planets and shit to fight. That's what those armored dog things we fought before were. I like how there's information about our quests like popping up in the hubs right there. Also, we're running low on ammo for our pistol, which is concerning. This pistol's carried us most of the game. So how is chat? You guys slowed down on talking a bit.
Be careful down near the mines and enter any.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
Is that really her? Adrian.
Percival. My God, look at you.
Demo.
You're an old man now.
No one said demo.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major.
Please remain 2 meters away for your safety.
Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
You should give that recipe a whirl. Percival's research tends to be pretty sound. Probably less than
Alright guys, I gotta prepare for our meeting. Alright. I said in the back, right? Oh. Where I do all my good thinking. Yeah. Man's gotta poo what a man's gotta poo.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes 2 of us.
Thank you, Black Tiger.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
I want to redesign my entire spaceship, but that's a little more gunfire than usual.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us. Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you commit, I want to make sure you know the whole story.
I don't need to know.
Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
I should know who you are and your past. Well, that's none of your concern. My concern.
Well, that means a lot. It's not something I'm exactly proud of. But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, It'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Okay, let's go talk to the cabinet.
All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
I don't know about you, but a fella could do a lot worse than Constellation.
Without proper protective gear.
Nope. We're on our way.
I will. I've got some stuff on my mind when you have the time.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
What this has to do with us arresting the
I'm
cabinet.
getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military, and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
This is getting interesting. You're not your father if the cabinet doesn't see that.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast.
Nope.
Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Don't have any questions now.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Yeet.
Keeping the skies safe out there?
They didn't make us wait long.
Hello.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Adrian made it clear that addressing the issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We're trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed decision without data. We need our cables to find a way to stop the terramorph apocalypse.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. That's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Yes. If there's any chance what happened to Tau could have happened elsewhere, we need to grant access. Personally, I would wait. We don't have enough information.
If the stakes weren't so high, we wouldn't be asking. But, well, we're asking.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Can you get a moment to quick talk?
Has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God. There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
Hell yeah.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
Let's get down there.
Good chance. Sam.
You! The EM rifle, grab it!
That's
now!
it! Now hit him with everything you've got!
We're trying to help you! Here, package. I can't stop!
No, why?
Sam sent you. I'm making this look easy.
That's not
caveman. You get your blood pumping, huh? Can't catch them all.
Please! Don't kill them! Do something!
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Sounds like we gotta hustle.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please.
We got company, I think.
No time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Hey, chair! Hey, chair! Don't just stand there.
Talking to me and it's creepy.
Experts. Got the remaining creature locked down on the landing pad. Barely holding our perimeter. You said you've done this before. Well, I've got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more men. Put that last morph down and do it fast. We'll hold it as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
I want you watching your backs.
Your call. We're
Yeah,
on the
but-
line.
I don't want them shooting at me.
You got time for a quick chat? I appreciate it when you're able.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
I wonder what Jacob would think of a co helping to save New Atlantis. Damn if I'm not proud of it, though.
I think these ones are delivered.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
You all held the line. You were heroes, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the
I'm
President.
starting not
Let
to
her know
trust
the
everyone
terramorphs
in
have
my
been dealt
group.
with.
Either Hadrian or
Take
that
care
other
of yourself,
doctor.
Sergeant.
The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all clear signal before.
Terramorphs.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe, Captain, Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Great, thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank
trust her now.
of Major.
It's all
As soon
falling
as
in
we've got
place
the
for
data in
Hadrian.
hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
If you're sure this will be the wisest
We
course
do.
of action.
In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
Count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Their ugly heads.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the Cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Where the UC keeps all their secrets on how to kill Freestar citizens. They're repositories for all banned data from the Colony War.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here.
What about stealing?
Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
From Thunderbirds? Balmore.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Sounds pretty promising.
It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
I'll track him down.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Tell me about Radcliffe.
Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
Well then, hope she's doing a good job.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
All right, tell me about these other tools.
Huh. Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
That's all the info I need for the moment on
All right.
Radcliffe.
Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Be smart out there, Cap.
See how this goes. Wondering what these embassies are. One had like trees growing on it, I think is an embassy.
By the way, Cap. Sergeant.
This space is a memorial to those lost during the...
They have mixers for expats at the embassy every now and then. Only place you can get some good old Tau Ceti II.
I'm gonna try and just convince my way through with persuasion.
Always good to get back to Freestar soil, even if it is surrounded by New Atlantis.
No.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast.
This
We
building
have a
is
strategic
Freestar
advantage to
territory.
maintain, Mr. Long.
Here.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
I'm here today on behalf of the United Colonies, but I'm a member of the collective just like you.
Ah, so you're the one they called about. Failed to mention you were collective-born. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
That's right, I can't understand. Oh.
Ambassador, I can't emphasize how important this is.
And who might you... Oh, I recognize that face. You're a Co, aren't you? Didn't you run away to help that little explorers club?
Really? An explorers club? Ma'am, I've signed up to help my friend here, who's looking to stop a whole heap of needless pain and suffering. Imagine if this happened in Aquila City, or Neon. The results would be bad, or, let's be honest here, far, far worse. We owe it to our people to do something.
It's a disturbing thought, Mr. Co. And while it is my job to protect the people of the Collective, the way to do that, I believe, is clear. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Wait, please, Ambassador.
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One, to convince me. Understood.
Thank you, Ambassador.
I'm listening. I think we can work something out.
Give her money. Like Sanderson. Collector's my home, I just want what's best for it.
In the end, we all just want to be safe in our
Took
little
a bribe.
fiefdoms, don't we? Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me.
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Don't make me regret this, Captain. It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Time for a house for Rune. Sounds like there'll be combat.
Exactly. It's like when
Yeah, it is the place with trees growing on it.
I've got some stuff on my mind when you have the time. I mean, is it supposed to look like this? I'm up for a little adventure. What the whole just gets weirder and weirder.
Reminds me of the ET ride.
Better we get it than someone else.
See you later, Galaxy. The strongest cipher. Strongest. An RX 480? I don't know what an RX 480 is. An AMD? What are my specs? 12900K with 3080 RTX.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
No.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terramorphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terramorphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly?
Yes. Correct, we're going to give the data to the archives to better understand the stuff.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy.
Say, aren't they like zealots?
With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy
I blew
is
up their
more
battleship
than just
already.
carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
You have my word.
For whatever it's worth, Sam Coe here. You got my word too.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Hey, when you get a moment, can we talk?
No, Sam. No, we cannot.
Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good. House Varun be known only for slaughter.
tree has taken over. Alright, chat. Well, I gotta end here. I gotta go off to that cookout. I appreciate all of you guys for coming out, and have a wonderful night, everybody. We got another stream at 8 p.m. Payday 3 beta with the boys, so be there. Adios.